much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Yes, hello, my name's Richard. This is my lovely wife, Nolene, and we're from Sawbridgeworth.
Couple number two.
I'm Louise, this is my boyfriend Steve, and we're from Stride in Gloucestershire.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Steve. This is my partner, Mark, and we're from Bedford.
And finally, couple number four.
Hello, I'm Catherine, and this is my husband, Stephen, and we're from North Yorkshire.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Very warm welcome to the show. It's lovely to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. He's very much a shoot first, ask questions later kind of a guy. Although if we tried that approach today, our episode would be just 45 minutes, people standing at podiums in silence. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. So many Steves. I mean, everywhere you look, there's a Steve.
Oh, everyone's a Steve.
Everybody's a Steve all of a sudden.
Yeah.
When did that happen? What meeting did I miss that everyone had to be called Steve? Listen, it's lovely. Lovely. And the more Steves, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Of course.
You know, we like a surfeit of Steves, don't we? And we've got some returning Steves. Steve and Louise got a double pointless on the last show. Can you believe it? Very, very impressive. Lovely to have you back. Stephen and Catherine nearly got a double pointless, but Catherine really let the side down because she got a one-pointer. Makes all the difference, don't you think? Makes all the difference. Lovely to have you all here. It's going to be a terrific show. What a lot of pointless answers we had in the last show.
I know.
We had 7 pointless answers in one show.
So many.
Did we have any in the jackpot round, though?
Because David and James went through to that jackpot round and it could not have landed worse for them, poor things, because it wasn't their favourite category and I'm afraid they didn't find a pointless answer. So we are rolling that jackpot over to today's show, which means we start off with a jackpot of £5,250. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Remember at all times that it will be the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that will be eliminated. So therefore, you just have to keep your scores nice and low and everything will be great. Best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category this afternoon is the stage. Can you all decide on your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns plays missing an adjective. Richard.
On each pass, we're going to show you the names of 7 plays. They're all going to miss an adjective from their titles. Can you fill in that gap, please? 7 on the way up, 7 on the way down, so 14 in all to have a go at home. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, here is our first board of 7 plays missing an adjective. And we have got Who's Blank of Virginia Woolf, Edward Albee. Blank Person Singular, Alan Ayckbourn. The Blank Wives of Windsor, William Shakespeare. Blank Girls, Carol Churchill. Blank Spirit, Noel Coward. The Blank Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, Simon Stevens. And Blank Day's Journey into Night, Eugene O'Neill. There we are. Now then, Nolene.
Hi.
Great to have you with us.
Thank you.
I think you are the first person to wear a badge with Nolene written on it in Pointless history. I think I'm right.
It's an unusual name for England, I think.
Is it
from Australia.
From Australia. Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm a vendor executive for a financial services firm in London, and a vendor executive so what we do is my team looks after all the service contracts for the financial services firm. So travel, meeting and events, desktop publishing, creative.
So how long have you been here?
3 years.
OK.
Yeah, just over 3 years, yeah.
Good. Anyway, what are you going to go for here?
So I think just because it's my first round, I'm going to be a bit safe and say Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Who's
afraid of Virginia Woolf? Let us see how many of our 100 people said that. Afraid. Oh. It is afraid. Down it goes to 61. It's not bad. Gets us off to a decent start.
Yeah, opened on Broadway in 1962 and then in London in 64. Film version, won Oscars for Elizabeth Taylor. I think Richard Burton was nominated as well, but didn't win.
Oh, that must have been a tough night back in the hotel.
Yeah, next morning.
Yeah.
That's a quiet breakfast.
Yeah, isn't it? Oh.
Let me just move my Oscar, out of the way of the salt.
Oh, it is quite heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Richard. Steve, you've become Steve R.
Indeed.
You've changed. Oh. Steve, welcome back. Great to have you with us again. Remind us all about yourself.
I'm a landscape gardener in Gloucestershire. And in my spare time, I like to play cricket in the summer and try and do a bit of yoga in my spare time.
Very good indeed. Now, if you're doing your landscape gardening, because obviously a lot of time, well, pretty much the whole time, spent outside, do you have ear pods in? Do you listen to stuff?
Yeah, I'd probably go through 5 to 6 podcasts a day, probably, if I'm working on my own. You know,
Yeah.
just learning and listening.
I mean, that's rather lovely, though, isn't it,
it's
actually?
quite good.
I mean, can you imagine what it must have been like for landscape gardeners before? I mean, Capability Brown, I'm imagining he did all of that before the Adam Buxton podcast was even out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've listened to a lot of that Adam Buxton, actually.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, Steve, what are you going to go for?
Ooh, I think I'm going to go for the second from bottom, the curious incident of the dog in the night time.
The curious incident says Steve R. Let's see how many of our 100 people said curious. Curious is right. 61's the only score we have at the moment, and you pass that. You are down to 28, Steve. Very well done indeed.
Well played, won 7 Olivier Awards. It's a brilliant play. It's one of those things, plays either make a loss or make an enormous profit. And the curious incident of the dog in the night time made, let's say, an enormous profit.
Yeah.
Still continues to do so for to this day for Simon Stevens and for Mark Haddon, who wrote the book.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Steve S., welcome to the show.
Hello.
Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a retired civil servant and I've been retired for a few years now. And I used to work on non-domestic rating, setting, the rates for commercial properties in Bedfordshire, or helping to do it.
And you live in Bedfordshire?
Yes, live in Bedford, yeah.
Very good. And what are you going to go for on our board here, Steve?
I think I'll go for absurd person singular.
Absurd person singular. Let's see if that's right. How many of our 100 people said that? It is right. 61's our high score, 28 is our low. Until now. Down to 6. Very well done indeed. Steve, 6.
Yeah, 3 couples in 3 kitchens on 3 successive Christmas Eves, absurd person singular. That title he had to give for publicity purposes before he'd even written the play, because he likes to write at the last possible minute. And he'd had that title for a previous play, and he said it felt obscure enough it would sort of fit anything. And so he thought it's a nice title for pretty much whatever I might write.
I think that's how stand-ups always have to, because they have to sort of book in for festivals and things.
Yeah, they have to announce their the title of their Edinburgh show sort of 7 months before, and they haven't even started writing.
Hilarious. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Catherine, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Catherine.
I work part-time, training lifeguards and teaching swimming. We've got 3 grown-up children, one of whom's just produced our first grandchild.
Oh, congratulations. That's lovely.
Thank you.
What is the name of your grandchild?
Freddie.
Freddie. Hi, Freddie.
Yes.
Hi. Catherine, this board's all yours. Do you want to talk us through it and fill in all the blanks?
I only know 2 of them. The Merry Wives of Windsor, and the one that I'll go for, Blythe Spirit.
Blythe Spirit, the Noel Coward. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said Blythe. $33 for Blythe.
Shall we fill in the rest of this board
yes,
as much as we can? Quite right, it is the Merry Wives of Windsor. That would have scored you 50. Do you know the bottom one, Day's Journey into Night?
Long Day's Journey.
Long Day's Journey into Night. Absolutely would have scored you 12 points. This is the best answer on the board.
Top Girls.
Top Girls, absolutely right. It's a pointless answer as well. So 250, very well done if you got that at home.
Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 6, the best score of the past. Steve S. Very well done indeed to you. Then we travel quite a journey up to 28, where we find Steve and Louise. Then up to 31, Catherine and Stephen. Then up to 61, where we find Nolene and Richard. So, Richard, you're a little bit ahead. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Let's put 7 more plays with a missing adjective up on the board, and here they come. We've got the play that goes blank, Henry Lewis, Jonathan Sayer and Henry Shields. Cat on a blank tin roof, Tennessee Williams. Blank comedy, Peter Schaffer the blank couple, Neil Simon, and blank husband, Oscar Wilde, the blank blue sea, Terence Rattigan, and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are blank Tom Stoppard. There we are. Stephen, welcome back. Great to have you with us again. Remind us all about yourself.
So I'm a sales manager for a swimming pool chemical manufacturing company. We sell the products all across Europe. My area covers Europe. And in my spare time, I'm a runner. So I'm heavily involved in parkrun. I've done 260 runs and volunteered as well.
These are 5K, are they?
They are 5K, yes.
260? You run over 1,000K?
Yes.
In parks?
Every Saturday morning.
Wow. I suppose 5K is not too terrifying. That's a sort of, if you had to wake up and do 10K every Saturday, you probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I managed to do the London Marathon this year as well.
Did you?
Just.
Wow.
I did say it was my last one, but maybe I've got one more left in the tank.
Oh, Stephen. Wow. Well, that's very impressive. You are on 33, by the way, which means even at this early stage, 27 or less gets you through. What are you going to go for?
Well, I definitely know one, but I think the obvious one. So I'm going to take a slight risk and say the second from bottom, the deep blue sea.
The deep blue sea, says Stephen. Let's see how many of our 100 people said deep blue sea. There's your red line. It is the deep blue sea. Takes you down to 49. Takes your total up to 82.
Yeah, one of the lesser-known plays on that board, but I think perhaps a number of our 100 did the same thing you did, which is take a risk and thinking it can't really be anything else other than deep, filling in that gap, because it's a very big score otherwise.
Yeah, there was a film, wasn't there, with,
yeah,
I think, Tom
like
Hiddleston or someone.
You know.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Now, Mark, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself, Mark.
I'm also a retired civil servant. I used to work on valuations for council tax, so visiting domestic property, and it could be very interesting.
Very good. And what are your hobbies, Mark?
I like theatre. I like to travel. I like to walk and visit historic buildings.
Mark's made the error of saying one of his hobbies is the thing the round is about. That's the...
Well, I think maybe he meant to say that. Maybe he was throwing down a gauntlet with Mark written upon it. Picked out in I don't know, seed pearl. What are you going to go for, Mark?
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, says Mark. Here is your red line, nice and high. Let's see if dead gets you below that. It's right, and you are through, Mark. Very well done. 19. 25 is your total. Very strong.
I accept they know their theatre on podium 3. You weren't mucking about at all. Yeah, well done. The two Hamlet characters, and it's set during the scene breaks in Hamlet.
Off stage, yes.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Louise, welcome back.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself, Louise.
I'm a lawyer for the police in Gloucestershire. In my spare time, I like to do photography. So I've been lucky enough to photograph some charity events. Which has included photographing a plane pull.
A plane pull?
A plane pull, yeah.
Someone pulling it in their teeth, maybe?
Not quite in their teeth, and not just one person. No, it's teams of 25 people trying to pull a plane 12 feet.
Oh, you could put a 25 people
25,
plane.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do it. We could do it now. Come on, bring us a plane. Come on.
I tell you, we just need to get all the Steves in this studio, and we could pull a plane.
Yeah. What size of plane was it?
It was an Airbus 380, I think.
That's a plane. That's a plane.
That's a big plane.
That's a plane.
Yeah.
Louise, you're on 28. 53 or less gets you into the next round.
So I'm going to go for one that I've actually seen, and that's the top one, The Play That Goes Wrong.
The Play That Goes Wrong, says Louise. Did you enjoy it?
I really enjoyed it. It was great fun.
Excellent. Good. There is your red line. Can you get below that with wrong? It's right. And it gets you through. Down it goes to 17, takes your total up to 45.
Very nicely done. Yes, a really joyous piece of theatre as well, isn't it? Very, very funny, very silly.
Yeah.
But very clever as well.
Very clever. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Richard. Yeah, we've got Richards as well. I mean, Richards to spare, Steve's everywhere. I mean, it's great.
50% of the people in the studio at the moment are Steve or Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good. Richard, tell us all about yourself.
I'm a project manager for an engineering company. So work in London, sort of on railway sort of related projects, but also worked in Australia in sort of fly-in, fly-out work, where I was sort of working in the middle of nowhere, sort of building mine sites and oil and gas plants, that type of thing.
That's really quite glamorous, isn't it? Going off and sort of being part of these huge construction projects.
It's pretty long hours, hard work, but yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, when I say glamorous, I mean it's pretty long hours and hard work, but it's big scale and sort of it's just something quite exciting about that.
Yeah, lots of things go wrong and very stressful.
I say glamorous and exciting and big scale, and quite dangerous as well. But yeah, you know, but that's all part of the part of the package.
Yeah,
Rich.
sure.
There you are on 61. If you can score 20 or less, you're into the next round.
Well, I know the first one, which is Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Dark comedy, maybe, I don't know. The Odd Couple, I think, is one. An Unusual Husband. I don't really know any of them, but I'll go for An Unusual Husband.
An Unusual Husband. OK, here is your red line. Let's see what happens. An Unusual Husband. I'm afraid not an unusual husband. That scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 161.
Great name for a play, though. I would go and watch something called An Unusual Husband. It's actually an ideal husband. Oh. Yeah. Would have scored you 11 points. The Odd Couple, you're quite right. Would have scored you too many points, though. Would have scored you 56. You are right, of course, about Cat on a Hot Tin Roof as well, but that would have scored you 78. You weren't a million miles away with dark comedy either.
Yeah, black comedy.
Black comedy is the answer there, and it's the best answer on the board. 2 points. Yeah. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. So at the end of our first round, we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, and Richard and Nolene, I'm afraid you are that pair. Thank you for coming to play. Come play again next time.
We will.
But yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you then.
Thank
Richard
you.
and Nolene. Right, for the remaining three pairs, it's now time for round two. Very well done, everybody. We made it through round one. Absolutely fantastic to see you all here in the beautiful pale blue of round two. Steve S., hats off to you, our lowest individual scorer. Steve and Mark, hats off to the pair of you, our lowest scoring pair. So that's all pretty good. They're the ones to beat, by the looks of things. Best of luck to all three pairs. Our category for round two this afternoon is World Geography. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. Let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many African countries beginning with letters from A to N as they could. Richard.
Yeah, proper bit of old school pointless here. Geography round. We're looking for any country in Africa whose name starts with A to N inclusive. As always, by country, we mean a sovereign state that's a member of the UN in its own right.
Thank you very much indeed. Louise, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for Gabon.
Gabon, says Louise. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Gabon. That is a great answer. Very well done indeed. 3 for Gabon.
Yeah, been independent from France for over 60 years now, and it's still only on its third president. Yeah.
Interesting. Mark, what are you going to go for?
Namibia.
Namibia, says Mark. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Namibia. Namibia is right. 12 for Namibia.
Not mucking about in this round, are they? Yeah, nice answer. Yeah, there was a famous thing when President Trump was trying to talk about the wonderful healthcare system of a country called Nambia, and no one worked out if he meant Namibia or Zambia, and he constantly repeated it.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now, Stephen.
OK, I think I'll try Côte d'Ivoire.
Côte d'Ivoire, says Stephen. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Côte d'Ivoire. Well, 12's our high score, and you pass it. 3 is our low, and you're just above it.
Really good stuff. I mean, terrific work from everyone. It's the world's largest producer of cocoa beans, the Côte d'Ivoire. Fair play, I would say.
Yeah.
If you're going to specialise in something...
Oh, for goodness sake.
Then chocolate is a nice one.
Chocolate, absolutely. Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Before we come back down, though, let's just look at some of these scores. In fact, all of these scores. 3 was the best score of the past. Very well done indeed. Louise and Steve are looking pretty strong. Then Stephen and Catherine on the far podium there, looking good on 4. 12 is where we find our low scorers from the first round, Mark and Steve S. So, Steve S., it is in your hands. We need a lovely low-scoring answer from you. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So, Catherine, remember we're looking for any African country whose name starts with a letter from A to N.
Eswatini.
Oh, I like that. Eswatini. Here is your red line. Let's see. Let's watch you go below that red line. Let's hope, with Eswatini. Well done. Oh, and it's a pointless answer. Look at that. Eswatini adds another £250 to the jackpot, takes the total up to £5,500. It scores you nothing and leaves your total at 4. I said it added another £250. That's in addition to the £1,000 that we put in at the top of the show. It is the first pointless answer, I think, of the...
of today's show,
of today's show.
I mean, Catherine's seen a lot of pointless answers in her, in her history here. And that was said with the joy of someone with a newly learned fact, having the opportunity to use it. Yes, the name of what was formerly Swaziland. And it's got a sort of 6-month grace, I would say, where it's going to be a pointless answer, and then it won't be anymore. So people are filling their boots at the moment by saying Eswatini.
Yeah.
Very good answer.
Very good. Steve S.
Lesotho.
Let us see, Lesotho, how many of our 100 people said that? No red line for you, as you are the high scorers. Oh, that's a wonderful answer. Very well done indeed, Steve S. 3, taking your total up to 15.
This is great stuff from everybody. Well played. It's completely surrounded by South Africa, which I can say.
Yeah.
It's pretty much all highlands. It's all tiny little villages which you can only reach by helicopter or on foot or by horseback.
How do you pronounce it?
Nambia is how you pronounce it.
Thank you very much. Good. Now, so we're looking for any African country whose name begins with an A to an N. Steve R. You have to score 11 or less.
OK, well, Catherine outrageously stole my answer before. So I'm going to go Comoros.
Comoros. Comoros.
Yeah.
Here is your red line. Let us find out. How many of our 100 people said Comoros? You're through. Oh, it's another pointless answer. Very well done indeed, Steve. That adds another £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £5,750, scores you nothing, leaves your total at 3.
That's brilliant stuff, yeah. It's a series of islands between Madagascar and the mainland, and their chief exports are vanilla and cloves.
Cloves?
Yeah, cloves.
Not
with a
cloves.
V. With a V.
Yeah.
Exactly. What a round. Well, I mean, to be knocked out on 15 points on a geography round is quite something. There's quite a few pointless answers. I'll go through some of the low scorers first. 5 points for Central African Republic.
Wow.
Which used to be the Eswatini of its time.
Absolutely.
But 5 points now. You'd have got 4 points for Burkina Faso, Malawi, 3 for Benin, Burundi, Djibouti, Eritrea, Madagascar would have scored you 3, 2 for Cabo Verde and Guinea, 2 points for Liberia. All of these were all pointless answers. We've heard 2 of these already. There's Comoros. The Equatorial Guinea would have been a pointless answer. There's Eswatini, Guinea-Bissau, Mauritania, and Mauritius. And those are your pointless answers. Very, very well done if you said any of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And at the end of our second round, we have to say goodbye to another pair, Steve S. and Mark. I'm afraid it is you. You've been fantastic. To be leaving on a high score of 15 is quite extraordinary. So very, very well done, and fabulous performance in the first round as well. So we'll look forward to seeing you again next time. But meantime, thanks so much, Steve and Mark.
Thank you.
For the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Stephen, Louise, Stephen and Catherine. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £5,750. But before we play the head-to-head, I think that jackpot's looking a bit meagre. So should we see if we can't chuck a couple more little 250s at it, just by finding some pointless answers? We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many types of bagpipe as they could. Richard.
I mean, I didn't realise there was more than one type of bagpipe, if I'm honest. We're going to put 6 up there. Oh, you knew, did you?
Oh,
You're a bagpipe expert.
I feel like I'm on quite strong ground here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, possibly. When I see the screen, though, I might suddenly go, oh, no, I don't know any of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Going to be 6 names. 2 of them will be types of bagpipe that people have heard of. 2 will be types of bagpipe no one's heard of, and 2 will be ones that we have made up. So you've got to find the types of pipes that nobody knows.
The types of pipes. OK, so we're looking for pointless bagpipes. And here is our list of 6. Pastoral, cabrette, syrinx, zamponia, perabo, doodle sack. I don't know any of these. I don't know what I was talking about. I don't know what I was talking about when I said I might be an advantage here.
I don't know what a doodle sack is, but I want to find out.
I want one of those. Yeah. Steve and Louise.
Well, I think
types of pipes.
Pastoral's obviously a bagpipe.
Parabo.
But other than, yeah, parabo we'll go with. Why not?
Parabo. Parabo. OK, let's find out. Is parabo a pointless bagpipe? No. Could be Latin. Now, Stephen and Catherine.
Again, not our strongest suit.
No.
What do you think? Go on.
Go with zamponga.
Yeah.
You're going to go for zamponia. Let's see, is zamponia a pointless bagpipe? It's a bagpipe. If this goes all the way down to 0, it rounds up our jackpot in the most beautiful way. Oh, to 1. Oh, well, there we are. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, and an Italian bagpipe. A Piper Parabo is an actor. She was in Coyote Ugly, Looper, all sorts of things. That's where Parabo is a little bit of fakery there from us. I think you knew that pastoral was a type of bagpipe. It would have scored a point. So we've got an incorrect answer up there, and we've got the 2 remaining pointless answers. What do you think? What do you reckon at home on this one?
Doodle sack just would be such fun if it were a bagpipe, but it's probably not, for that very reason.
Sounds made up, like maybe a cartoon character from something.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, there is an incorrect answer up there, and the incorrect answer is a type of panpipe, and it's syrinx.
Ah,
so doodle sack and cabrette are both pointless answers. The doodle sack is a German or Austrian bagpipe.
Ah, that's amazing.
Leopold Mozart wrote a piece of music for the doodle sack. That was Mozart's dad.
Yeah. The only piece of music I know that mixes the pipe very well is AC/DC's It's a Long Way to the Top, brackets, If You Wanna Rock and Roll, which has bagpipes dueling with Angus Young on the guitar.
Really?
Yeah. So it's an amazing...
You don't do this stuff on Classic FM, do you?
I don't tend to, no. Yeah. We don't play AC/DC, sadly. I mean, more's the pity.
Get some Leopold Mozart.
We will do. We do play a bit of Leopold Mozart.
Do you?
A little bit, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
what kind of stuff was he doing?
He was doing some sort of pre-Mozart stuff.
Was he?
It's kind of, you know.
Before Mozart, he was Mozart.
Exactly right.
Wasn't he? Anyway, the doodle sack.
The doodle sack.
There you go.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we've all learned a lot. Bad luck, we didn't find any pointless answers, but boy, did we have fun. Let's play the head-to-head. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. You are now allowed to confer before you give your answers. Very, very best of luck to both pairs. Here is your first question. It is all about bricklaying patterns. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 different ways now you can lay bricks together to make a wall. They're called bonds. We need you to tell us the names of these patterns. We're going to give you every letter apart from the vowels underneath.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our 5 bricklaying patterns, and here they come. We have got A, STRTCHR.
Old school, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
Hello.
B, FLMSH.
I like that.
Yeah, that's fun. C, DPR.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah. DHRRNGBN. And EHDR.
Not for me at all, that.
I'm guessing that's a sort of chimney type construction.
I'm going,
Is that it?
I'm going B.
I think you're completely right. Now then, Steve and Louise, you're our golden couple. You get to go first. What do you
think? Got to
think?
be process of elimination. We're kind of going to go for E, Hooder.
Hooder. Hooder. Stephen and Catherine, do you want to talk us through the rest? Or talk us through all of them, if you like.
OK. We think A would be stretcher, maybe. B, Flemish. Do you have any idea on C? No. D would be herringbone. Which one?
You choose.
OK, let's go for Flemish.
You're going to say B, Flemish. So we have, from Steve and Louise, we have E, Hooder. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Hooder. Oh, I'm afraid not Hooder, which means, Stephen and Catherine, you merely have to be correct with your answer, which is Flemish for B, to win the point. It is correct. Very well done indeed. Scores you 81. But who cares? It's correct, which means after one question, you're up 1-0. Well done.
Yeah, not Hooder. Worth the risk, though, maybe header is the answer there, using the heads of the bricks. And it's not a bad score of 14 points if you said header. A is stretcher, you're quite right. Stretcher would have scored you 68 points. You're right about herringbone as well. And herringbone would have scored 65. And now, what do you think on this last one? Can you fill in those gaps?
I mean, deeper.
Now, it's interesting. So the pattern...
Yes.
There's a word, there's a product in America that comes from the pattern of the cloth that used to be made from. So what do Americans call nappies?
Diaper. I was just thinking as you said that.
So diapers are called diaper because they used to be made by a white pattern that was like this, and diaper is the answer to that. And we'll score you 1 point, so it would have been a terrific answer. Well done if you had a guess at that particularly.
Wow. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, here comes your second question. Stephen, Louise, you have to win this one to stay in the game, but Stephen and Catherine get first dibs on this. So good luck with that. Our second question today is all about cows. Richard.
Yeah, the sort of thing we are rightly famous for. 5 clues now to facts about cows.
Very good indeed. OK, cows. 5 questions. British comedian and author who wrote the 1991 play Silly Cow, term meaning inoculation that is derived from the Latin word for cow. Name of the cow in the Magic Roundabout. Term usually given to an adult female bovine that has not borne a calf. And major world religion with over 1 billion followers for whom the cow is sacred. There we are. Stephen and Catherine will go first.
OK, well, we'll go for the name of the cow in the Magic Roundabout as Ermintrude.
Ermintrude, say Stephen and Catherine. Now, Stephen, Louise, over to you. Talk us through that board.
I think the second one's vaccination. Fourth one, maybe a heifer. And then it's Hinduism, the last one.
I don't think it's heifer.
No, OK.
Hinduism.
Or vaccination. OK, yeah, we'll go last one, Hinduism.
OK, Hinduism. So we have Ermintrude and we have Hinduism. Stephen and Catherine went for Ermintrude. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Ermintrude. Ermintrude is indeed the cow from the Magic Roundabout, and down it goes to 28. That's a good score. Meanwhile, Steve and Louise have gone for Hinduism, the religion for whom the cow is sacred. How many of our 100 said that? Hinduism is right. 45 for Hinduism, which means very well done indeed, Stephen and Catherine. After 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
Very nicely done, and there was a little discussion there as to whether to go for Hinduism or whether to go for vaccination. If you'd said vaccination, you would have got yourself the point. 23 vaccination scored. And I forget who said that heifer was right and who said it was wrong, because heifer was right and would have scored 50. I think you're OK. I think we're fine. Would have scored 15 points with a terrific answer. The best answer is that top one. Do you know the answer to that? It was written for Dawn French.
It's Ben Elton, wasn't it?
Ben Elton is absolutely the right answer. Very well done. Look at that score, 1 point.
Wow.
So very well done if you said that.
Very good indeed. Thank you so much, Richard. Well, that means the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round. It's Steve and Louise. You've got one more show.
Yeah.
Fantastic performance across the show. It feels very much like there's a place in the final with your name on it, but we'll wait and see. Good luck for that. For now, though, thanks very much for playing Steve and Louise.
Thank you.
But for Stephen and Catherine, it is now time for the Pointless Final. Congratulations, Stephen and Catherine. You've seen off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win the Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £5,750. Well done. I mean, you've played a huge part in the amassing of that jackpot. You just have to choose a category. What would you like to see appear on that board?
Sport, maybe. Bit of music.
Sitcoms, maybe.
Let's hope there's something up there that you don't want to run a mile from. And here they are, today's 4. Rabbit films, Mercury Prize-winning rap albums, that feels like a tailor-made category, tennis in the 2010s, and the year 1958.
Not rabbit films.
Well, I said music, but not rap. Year 1958 is a bit early. We'll go tennis.
You're going to go for tennis in the 2010s.
Okay, very best of luck, because usually a fairly good hunting ground for pointless answers, tennis questions. We're looking for any of the following, please. We're looking for anyone who has made a men's single final at a Grand Slam from 2010 up to 2019. Looking for any woman who's done the same thing. Or we are looking for anyone who has played in the mixed doubles tennis tournament at either the 2012 or 2016 Olympics, please. So men's or women's Grand Slam finalists or mixed doubles players at the Olympics. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win the jackpot, £5,750, is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready? Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Men's got Stanvarenka. Stanvarenka, men's.
Yes.
Women's singles, we've got
What about
Naomi.
Dominic TM?
Yeah, Naomi Osaka, Simone Halep.
Mixed doubles at the Olympics.
I don't know.
Jamie Murray, so
No,
forget
no.
that. So we'll stick with men's and women's.
Can you think of anyone other than Stan? What about Matteo Berrettini? I don't know if he's made a
don't know if he's
Grand
been in
Slam.
the final. Yeah.
He'd be a good one, though. Let's go for him as an outsider.
Oh, yeah, go on then.
Stanvarenka, because he definitely has.
And Dominic Thiem?
No. Do you want to go Dominic Thiem or do you want to go Naomi Osaka for the women's?
Oh, Naomi Osaka.
Okay. Okay.
OK, you're happy?
Ready.
Shall we stop the clock? There we are. The clock is stopped. The lights are up again. Let's have your 3 answers.
Okay, we'll go the men's singles, Stanvarenka.
Stanvarenka.
And Matteo Berrettini.
Matteo Berrettini.
And the women's singles will go Naomi Osaka.
Naomi Osaka. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Matteo Berrettini, I think.
Matteo Berrettini we put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Naomi Osaka first?
Yeah.
OK, Naomi Osaka we'll put first, and Wawrinka goes in the middle. Is that right?
Yes.
OK.
Yes.
Well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Naomi Osaka, Stan Wawrinka, and Matteo Berrettini. 3 lovely answers on that board. Wouldn't it be marvellous if one of those turns out to be pointless and wins you that jackpot? £5,750. What would you like to do with it? Stephen, I'm going to ask you first.
Well, we've recently moved house, so we need to add some money into the garden project that Catherine's designed.
Very good indeed. Catherine, anything you want to add to that?
Maybe another little holiday, a little bit of travelling.
I think a little holiday, I think, is a very good idea. Good. OK, well, very, very best of luck. 3 good answers, as I say. Let's find out if any of these is pointless. Naomi Osaka is your first answer. In this case, we were looking for women's singles Grand Slam finalists. If Naomi Osaka is a pointless answer, you leave with £5,750. How many people said Naomi Osaka is right? Naomi Osaka just has to take us all the way down to 0, and you leave with that jackpot of £5,750. We're in single figures, still going down with Naomi Osaka, still... Oh, 1. Whoa. OK, right. We now turn to men's Grand Slam finalists, men's singles. Stan Wawrinka is the name you've gone for. If Stan Wawrinka is pointless, you leave here with £5,750. How many people said Stan Wawrinka? Again, it's right. Naomi Osaka took us down to 1. Stan Wawrinka for £5,750 is now taking us down into single figures. Still going down with Stan Wawrinka, still going down, still going... You've done it! Very, very well done. Oh, congratulations. That's wonderful. Stan Wawrinka was a pointless answer, which means you are taking home today's jackpot of £5,750. Superb, well done.
Yeah, and what a fitting way to end a couple of shows you've been on where there's been just pointless answers everywhere. Lovely way to finish. And I told you tennis is the perfect... I mean, Wawrinka won 3 Grand Slam tournaments and he's a pointless answer. So, you know, there you go. Berrettini was an incorrect answer. So Wawrinka was your last chance. It turned out very, very well played. Let's take a look, shall we, at the men now, who had been pointless answers, 7 of them. Dominic Thiem is a pointless answer, the guy who disproves the adage that there's no I in team. Kei Nishikori, Kevin Anderson, there's Stan Wawrinka. You could have had Daniel Medvedev, Robin Soderling and Thomas Burdick as well, were all pointless answers. Now, for the women, there's a few more pointless answers here. Ash Barty was a pointless answer. Bianca Andreescu won the US Open, beat Williams. Kim Clijsters, Simona Halep, who you also mentioned in your 60 seconds. Radvanska, Angelique Kerber, Bouchard, Muguruza, Elena Ostapenko, a pointless answer. Karolina Pliskova, Madison Keys, Marion Bartley, Sam Stosur, Sloane Stephens, Vera Zvonareva, Victoria Azarenka as well. All of those pointless answers. Well done if you said any of those. And slightly more random than mixed doubles players, but there'll be plenty of names you know here. Jack Sock is always a nice name to say. Leighton Hewitt, Sam Stosur and Victoria Azarenka, both pointless answers again, 2 times for them. Everyone a pointless answer there, apart from the Murray brothers, Venus Williams, Heather Watson, Laura Robson, Johanna Konta and Juan Martin del Potro. Everyone else was a pointless answer.
Thank you very much, Richard, and thanks once again to our winning players, Stephen and Catherine, who are taking away today's jackpot of £5,750.
Thank you.
Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.